I want to thank you for watching the weekly video about my work in the U.S. Senate. We've been busy, as you probably know from reading the papers. I want to talk about a couple of things. First, we had a vote today on a spending bill for the remainder of 2017. I voted no, and I want you to know why. The way we spend taxpayer money in the United States Congress and the way we put together a budget is broken. I mean, it's just broken, and it's been broken for a while. These decisions are made behind closed doors. Then the bill is kind of laid out there, and everybody's supposed to just vote for it or against it, and a lot of folks don't know what's in it. That's not the right way to spend taxpayer money. We need to have public meetings. We need to have transparency. We need to set priorities for spending taxpayer money right in front of the taxpayers whose money we're spending. We need to talk frankly about our budget deficits and the national debt and how we're going to get it down. And we need to have a frank discussion, both Republicans and Democrats, about how we're going to live within our means. And I voted no today. The bill still passed, but I voted no because I just don't like the process. I don't like the result, and I think the American people deserve better, and I think the United States Congress can do better. I also wanted to talk to you for a second about a bill I introduced this week about the National Flood Insurance Program. Flood insurance is important to Louisiana. We've got over 100,000 people that have flood insurance, and they have to have it. We learned last year how easy it is to flood in our state. The flood insurance program is operated by FEMA, but it's actually run day to day by some private insurance companies. Those private insurance companies hire consultants, lawyers, engineers, contractors to help them run it. Most of those consultants do a good job, but some of them are bad actors. And some of those consultants see their mission in life as being how to deny policyholders the money that they're entitled to. I asked the head of FEMA, who runs the flood insurance program, why he didn't fire these bad actors, and he said he didn't have the authority. So I said, okay, we'll fix that. I've introduced a bill to give him the authority. It's real simple. If you take your hard-earned money and you go buy flood insurance, and God forbid you flood, then you're supposed to get your money from your policy. You're not supposed to have to fight some lawyer or some engineer or some contractor whose job is to try to screw you out of the money that you're entitled to. That's got to stop. Now, that's not the majority of the consultants. Most of them do a good job. But there are a few bad apples that don't, and after this bill passes, they're going to be fired. Number 3, Dodd-Frank. Dodd-Frank, as you know, was passed by Congress. That's a reference to an act called the Dodd-Frank Act. Congress passed it after the banking crisis of 2008 to try to properly regulate our banks. They made a lot of mistakes in passing the bill, but the biggest mistake they made was making the Dodd-Frank bill apply to small banks and credit unions. I'm talking about the small folks who have 100 employees or less, who have less than $10 billion in assets. They didn't do anything wrong in 2008, but still they've got to comply with a 2,300-page bill with 22,000 pages of regulations. That's ridiculous. I've introduced a 2-page bill that says if you're a small bank or credit union and you have assets of less than $10 billion, you're no longer subject to Dodd-Frank. I think I'll draw bipartisan support. I want to thank you for joining me for Keeping Up with Kennedy. If you have any questions about issues before Congress, or if you think I'm doing something wrong, give me a call, or you can contact our office, and you can also visit our website, www.kennedy.senate.gov. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to serve you in the U.S. Senate. I'm honored, and I won't let you down.